Philadelphia Eagles just got slaughtered.
Hey, we going to the ship, man. We going to the chip. Let's get it, man.
Let's get it. Hey, but before we do, listen to what my boy Ocho Cinco said.
I know my Eagles fans. I know y'all upset. I think they're gonna fix it. I think the Eagles players, I think they playing possum. I know what they doing. They allowing their bodies to reset. They allowing their minds to mentally reset. And watch what happen come playoff time. Watch what happen next week. Watch what I tell you. I tell you no lie. I lie for you before I lie to you. Watch what them boys do. I know it. I'm familiar with their game. I know what they're doing. Eagles fans, I tell you, I know what I'm talking about now. Now watch.
Yo, what is going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the very first episode of The Truth. This is why we started this, because of you. We started. I'm tired of listening to your, fantasy that you living in right now. Always talking about 17-0 until proven otherwise. BS! Hey, I was pretty close last year, thank you very much. We could have easily won those 3 games we lost and been 17-0. Bro, stop it. Right? You have to have 7 of those 3 games? Look, we lost. Huh? We lost. We can win the Super Bowl, but we lost.
What is up? What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy BG31 in the building with my brother from another mother, JC Eagle. Oh, JC Sportstalk in the building. How you doing, my guy?
Hey, man, look, I'm good. Look, I ain't got no words. Look, I'm not worrying about nothing, okay? I'm not worrying about nothing. New season has started, and that's all I want to talk about. All right, we could go down the road, down memory lane from last week. Of course, we're going to talk about it, but I ain't got no words, man. I'm ready.
First off, guys, I want to come out and say I apologize on behalf of me and JC for last week's episode.
What? We
did a lot of cussing, man. We're going off. We're going off. Disrespecting the Eagles. But I'm back, baby. I'm back, and I'm ready to talk some good football right now. We in the playoffs. Everybody's 0-0. Want to go home. But I just want to clear it up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on all channels. Help your Eagle content creators keep growing. So let's get straight into it, man. Chad Ochocinco, Hall of Fame receiver, says that the Philadelphia Eagles are playing possum. And I was feeling bad about this team, but when Chad said it, I kind of feel like he might have some truth to what he was talking about. He might have a little truth, and since we own the truth, he might have a little truth about what he's talking about. How you feel about what Chad said?
Look, Chad, first of all, he ain't no Hall of Fame wide receiver. All right, so he's not in the Hall of Fame, but maybe one day he will, but it is what it is. So with that being said, I don't know if it's the whole truth. It might be 1% truth, but 99% lies. We watched the Philadelphia Eagles go out there week in, week out, one play, 2 plays, blown leads left and right, up by double digits on the last 3 teams we played. You know what I mean? Like before the Giants, and lost. So if that's playing possum, then goddamn, there must be like one of those teams where every other team should put down the blueprint. This is how you fool the rest of the league. Be up double digits and lose all of them. And then at the press conferences, come out and say, Yeah, we right there. We right there. We just gotta fix some things. We right there. We going out drinking. We going out partying. We right there. The camaraderie is there. The plays are there. One block there. We right there. Are they that great of an actor? I thought they were football players and not actors, because that's
Sports entertainment, my guy. Sports entertainment is what they call it. First off. And second off, you know why I want to say that I believe that it's true? Because we all sit here week after week after week and say, there's no way the Eagles can keep doing the same thing game in, game out on purpose. There's no way these players can be that sorry when we got one of the best rosters on paper. There's no way that we can go 10-1 and just collapse the way we did.
Historic
in that season. You know, this is like things that never happen for teams. So that's the reason why I find a little truth in what he said. Because why not? You think about it right now. I heard today the Eagles go against Tampa Bay round 1. If you were a team trying to get your injured players back, you know, trying to get geared up for the playoffs, why, if you do go in a slump, do you give out everything to get out of the slump? Why don't you hold back? Because we were the first team, and that could have been a problem. We were the first team to clinch the playoffs.
Yeah.
First team to clinch it. Meaning we're already in the playoffs. Like Dallas Goedert even said, we're already in there. He thinks people checked out into the playoffs. Basically is what he said. And
so
I'm thinking,
playing possum, why not win the division first? Like, to me, and this is what I'm disappointed about, because the Philadelphia Eagles could have became, you know, the first team in 19 years to win back-to-back division titles. To at least give your fans an opportunity to see you play at home 1 or 2 more times. Yo, we have Lane Johnson, we got Kelsey, we got Fletcher Cox, we have Brendan Graham. Yo, who knows? Yo, that might have been their last game against the Cardinals, right, at home, and that was a piss poor performance. So if you playing possum, win your division and then throw the rest away. But why start so early, right? You playing possum, why start so early? The problem is Nick Sirianni and the Philadelphia Eagles, they did a mistake. They made a big mistake. They changed the wrong coordinator. Since Matt Patricia became the coordinator at the Seahawks, we have looked worse. And every team we went up against had rushed over for 100 yards. Every team that we had double-digit leads against the Cardinals, against the Seahawks, against, man, who did we play? The Seahawks, the Cardinals. Yo, we blew those games because the defense. Look at the all 22. Look at the replay. I mean, hey, if you don't even have all 22, just watch the replay. They look so confused. The middle, like Hassan Reddick dropping back. Somebody should get fired. Somebody needs to get fired because of that. Hassan Reddick dropping back into cover 2 coverage, looking lost, like he's not impacting the play at all. This is not possum. This is a team that have lost their identity. The only way they could go back to that is if they go back to basic. Matter of fact, bring Sean Desai back. Make him, because remember, when Sean Desai was the defensive coordinator, besides those 2 bad games against the 49ers and the Cowboys where we kept on fumbling away, which wasn't his fault, yo, our defense was bend, don't break. And now we broke back mountain defense right now. Hey, we can yo, they're running through us like yesterday's, old milk. Like, I'm telling you right now, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Bring Sean Desai back. Have Hassan Reddick, have Josh Sweat, go back to rushing. And look, I'd rather play this bend, don't break defense than what the hell defense we playing right now. I just don't get it.
but see, that's what I'm saying, though, right? You change coordinators, right? Everybody knows it's going to take a couple of games for the coordinator to get this player to play that he wants them to play. Everybody knows this. And I don't know, either the lack of heart or it is true that we're playing positive. Because last game, when you watch the replays, you see guys not even really running. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, okay, he got the ball, he's doing his thing, whatever. Oh, okay, he's doing his thing, whatever. Oh, should I tackle him right here? Oh, I'm gonna tackle him. Okay, you know, it was like half-assed stuff, and that's the reason why players got hurt too, because you can't half-ass football. Period. When you do that, that's when people get hurt, and that's what makes me think that we cried about running the ball. We cried about, why Hassan Reddick dropped back in the past. All of this is giving you game after game after game of game tape of the wrong stuff. If you already clinched the playoffs, you're trying to come with every strategic way to win the next 4 games. Or was it?
Yeah.
Wild card, division, championship, Super Bowl. Yeah, 4 games. And last year, we were on fire going into the playoffs, on fire, taking the lead by storm. And by the time we made it to the Super Bowl, we got figured out and we won. And they won the playoffs.
But we actually went like last year. We was in a slump before we made it to the playoffs. But we knew why. We knew that Jalen Hurts was not playing. Right? I mean, he didn't play. So Gardner Minshew played and lost 2 games. Blah blah blah. So we lost 2 out of 3, whatever it was. And then, but we knew the problem. The problem wasn't defense. The problem wasn't offense. It was Gardner Minshew versus Jalen Hurts. But once Jalen Hurts came back, you know what I mean? We played our game. Like we didn't lose a beat. Right now, I feel like that they demoted the wrong coach. I rather play this bend don't break. We beat the Chiefs, who was a defensive coordinator. We beat the Bills, who was a defensive coordinator. We beat Dallas the first time, who was a defensive coordinator. We beat the Dolphins, who was a defensive coordinator. We beat those good teams with Sean Desai as our defensive coordinator because he wasn't dropping Sweat back. He wasn't dropping a Reddick back. I mean, yes, the middle was always a problem, but nothing else was really the problem besides the middle. So it was easy to play the bend don't break defense. But now I don't know what's the problem. Like we can't rush a passer. Like we can't get no sack at all. We can't cover the middle. We can't cover the outside. I mean, we just can't get to the quarterback. We can't even protect a lead. You know what I mean? A 10-point lead at home. We can't even protect that no more because we can't stop the run no more. We can't stop the run, which was our bread and butter in the beginning of the season. Just stopping the run. And now teams knew that, hey, drop these guys back. You have to throw the ball, but by the time the ball coming out, sack, right? I mean, we beat the Rams. Why? Hassan Reddick was rushing. I mean, that key sack he had to seal the game. Like Dak Prescott at home. We beat them because Hassan Reddick made the key sack. Now Hassan Reddick is non-existent, but it's not his fault. He's playing linebacker. That dude is not a linebacker. He's a small edge rusher that could bend around the corner and go headhunting, go after the quarterback. So I don't know if this is possible or not. The only way I would say, okay, it's possible is if they go back exactly to the defense that we was before. Have Sweat, have Reddick, go rush, abandon this freaking this drop a Reddick back and drop. No, abandoning that shit is not working. It's not go back. I'll go back. Brace Sean Desai back, man.
But he said it last week before this last game that he knows he messed up by dropping Sam Reddick, but he still did it on purpose. That's the possum part of it. He still did it on purpose the next game when we got a break speed off us in New York. He did it on purpose just so he doesn't show anything of what he really wants to do once this playoffs start.
Nah, man. No. I've been hearing the same thing. Run the ball. Guess what? Oh yeah, we're gonna run the ball, and we don't run the ball. So now he's saying yes, we should not drop. I shouldn't have dropped Hassan Reddick back, and we dropped we dropped him back. All last game. So it seemed like to me that there's either this whole coaching staff is literally playing mind games with us. And like just saying, okay, yeah, we hear you guys, and we're gonna do it, and don't do it. And that's what's pissing us fans off. If you saying in your press conferences, your shell of a press conference that I don't get nothing from, I don't even listen to the press conferences no more because it's always the same. It's my fault. Yeah, we understand. The fans are mad. I'll be mad too. I'm pissed off. Yeah, we just go out there and practice harder. What? I get zero intelligence from listening to the Eagles press conference. I don't even listen to it at all because the coaching staff are not listening. So I don't know who's at fault, but I mean the big question around the city is should
You
Nick,
talk about
should
this, right? The script and stuff, and the whole build up for playoff madness. Think about when we played the Bills. Where were the Bills at? They were outside the playoffs looking in. Where were we at? We were number one in the playoffs, clinching, our playoff spot. And that was at this time right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The Bills finished the number 2 seed. We finished the number 5 seed. The Bills went, and won all these games, and we lost all these games to spin the narrative. And now they are in the playoffs, and we are still in the playoffs. It didn't hurt us none.
And they won the division.
And they won the division. And guess what? We didn't, because we couldn't beat a Giants team. Really? We really not better than the Giants? We really get the brakes beat off us by the Giants?
But we lost the division against the Cardinals. It wasn't the Giants. Because the minute we lost to the Cardinals, the division was gone. Because we needed us to beat the Giants and Dallas to lose to the Commanders. But we lost the division against the Cardinals. That was it. That was game, set, match right there. You know what I mean? So the Giants game to me didn't really matter. So I feel like that they shouldn't even have played these guys. But the only reason why they played these guys was to get on rhythm, right? To get in rhythm, continuity. Shit, we got people hurt. We got AJ Brown almost tore up his knee. Jalen Hurts over here, fingers all jacked up. I mean, we got Sidney Brown out for the season. Come on, man. What did we prove? Nothing. We got worse by playing a team that we had no business even playing our starters.
When we were number one in everything, we lost the Super Bowl. Why wouldn't playing possum, right, benefit you this year? Where, okay, I got all these plays ready to roll. I got all this ready to go. And like I said, when you don't play football fully, you get hurt, period. And you played football before. I played football before. When I was worried about an injury I had, going into playing cautious football, I was not running the ball that great, straight up. But when I didn't give a F and I was out there, okay, I'm about to light it up and, playing confidently, I tore it up. That's how it is in football. So, of course, when you're doing this cautious thing, that's usually when a player gets hurt. There's no, a lot of players get hurt because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to make that tackle. Really, they just do it. They don't want to, run this person over, but they just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Who's playing cautious though? Who's playing cautious on Sunday that got hurt? AJ Brown had the ball, fumbled it, right, and then his leg kind of slipped. His knee kind of buckled. Like Jalen Hurts, he thrown the ball, and the defender hit his hand, and all of a sudden it's dislocated. Sidney Brown. So nobody was playing hurt. These guys.
The coaches were playing cautious. Huh? Coaching cautious.
Yeah, but the coaches.
I'm not talking about really the players. I'm talking about the coaches coaching cautiously. You know what I'm saying? Like coaching, okay, we're just gonna do whatever. How many of those plays were garbage in the whole first beginning of the game? Like you watch the team, they look like straight trash. They look like my kids' Pop Warner team can go beat these guys. Type offensive
play calling though, I don't understand how the play calling is so predictable. Like I didn't know how predictable it was until the Seattle game. That's why I said the Seattle game. What did we do? We benched Desire. We started Matt Patricia. That's when Christian McCaffrey was on Monday Night Football and said, look at this play right here. This is so predictable. And now every team is really playing us like they know every play that's coming. These plays are not sexy at all. They're not well designed at all. There's lack of motion everywhere. There's nothing going on but fake the RPO, Jalen Hurts, hold it and run. Give the RPO Swift right there. Fake the RPO, quick throw in the middle. That's it. That's all we do. Fake the RPO. Why don't we go back to a traditional formation? Let's go left, right. Let's do a traditional play. Stop the RPO. Because if you're going to do the same RPO and everybody knows he's coming, then what's the point of doing it? You're not.
Shout out to George Sage in the building. How you doing, my guy?
What's up, man?
Building. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's insanity. It's a true definition of insanity, right? You do the same thing every single week, and you get the same results and expecting other results to come out of it. If you're playing possum,
Stop with this possum stuff, man.
hey,
Stop, man.
Ocho said it.
Man.
Ocho knows more than me. Ocho knows more than you. Ocho knows football and how
Ocho is trying
he
to.
said he's been on teams where they actually have played possum.
I refuse.
Sure. Think about it though; it lined up perfectly for us, right?
It does not.
Listen. We go win a division. This is what happens. We don't get home field throughout the playoff, but we do get the first home game. But the first home game is against who?
The first 2 home games.
Against who?
No, the first 2 home games. If we win the
against
division,
who though?
It doesn't matter against who.
It does matter. Against the Lions.
I don't care. I don't care. You can't
against Green Bay.
If you're a good player,
on fire right now, JC.
You running.
We're going against a beat up.
See, that's not possum. That's scared football. You running from other good teams because you say, well, because if we win the division, we got to play the Lions. We got the Lions. I don't care who we play. The Eagles play better at home. The crowd, the energy. We saw that from 2017 when they won the Super Bowl. Like, they feed off the crowd, man. Like, I don't care. But going on the road, look. Yes, I know the pressure is so, but still, we are the Philadelphia Eagles. We're not a team that never made the playoffs. So the pressure is still going to be on us, regardless if we're on the road or at home. Like, if we go one and done, we're going to be the laughing stock of the NFL.
But look at it like this. How much pressure we've been built up all week long where players are having players-only meetings. Players are out here stressing out. Believe in your coach still. Don't fold at the end of the day. We're a still 11-win team type thing where if we did win the division, now we are expected back on the expected list. The Eagles are never that great when we're expected to be great. It was the underdog story that made us. Listen, it was the underdog story. We weren't supposed to win that Super Bowl is why we won that Super Bowl. It wasn't because we were that great. Our starting MVP quarterback is out. There's no way in hell we should win the Super Bowl. And we did. Now you twist it around to this. It's like we start out the gate 10-1. Boom. Best team in the league. Even though we didn't play our best football. But best hands down. First team to get a playoff spot.
You've been an Eagles fan 2 days? Because the Philadelphia Eagles are very good under pressure, whether they have it or not. Andy Reid era. How many times we won the division? Went to 4 NFC title games. We were leading the division the whole time. People knew that we was the best team. Like we was the lead the whole time. So we never fold under pressure. That's not us. But there's a different switch. That switch, a different level that switch when we're, underdog. But this time, underdog or not, man, I don't see how this team went from 10-1 to 11-6. You won 1 game at your last 6 games. You 1-5. You gave Dallas the division, not because Dallas was a better team, not because they was putting foots in people's ass all season long. It's because the Philadelphia Eagles choked. That's why they won the division. It's because we gave them the division. I mean, all they did was, okay, boom, they did Dallas thing. They lose on the road. You know what I mean? We won on the road. We win at home. We choked. That's why they won the division. And now they think that, we won the division. We gave them the division. Like, they didn't earn that shit. We gave them the division. And now they're all, talking all this nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, man. But I don't believe in that possum stuff.
So you think, it's really about the coaches then?
It's about, yes.
You think you got to have no faith in the coaches? Like Steph Joyner saying here. Is that what you believe?
I do believe that. All right. Look, there's one thing. I'm going to tell you this. Nick Sirianni is a motivator. That is his strong suit. He motivates. He tells you the right words. Players love to play for him and this and that. But the coordinators, I don't believe that the Philadelphia Eagles should have had 2 brand new coordinators. You're either going to have one or the other. You demolish the continuity on defense, the continuity on offense, because we thought that Brian Johnson was going to just take over for Shane Steichen, right? Because they've
Well, how do
been,
you feel about what Seth said about Brian Johnson right here?
huh?
How do you feel about what Seth said about Brian Johnson?
What?
This right here. Jalen needs to grow. He needs some coaches around him, not his friend, not his boyhood coach, not someone who, what I'm saying, has been around him his whole career. He needs someone that's going to press him hard, make him play good, like Steichen that didn't really know about him, that they'll use his skills and put his skills in the best position. Not his, boyhood. I watched this guy since high school football, so I'm going to put him in the position that I think he can thrive in the best, because I watched him play in high school, so maybe this high school play might work. Or I watched him play in college, maybe this college play might work. Do you think he needed a harder coach on him than a Brian Johnson, is what I'm saying.
But didn't I tell you that from the jump? I told you that I don't think that Brian Johnson could coach Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts needs somebody that's not his friend, that he didn't know for an X period of time. What happened is, when you're friends with someone, regardless if it's intentional or not, right? It's hard for you to kind of like yell at them or come on, cuss at them, because you know why? He was like, damn, man, that like they have that relationship, like, so that's why it's important to keep it personal and professional. But Brian Johnson, that's not his demeanor. But Jalen Hurts' demeanor is a grown 50-year-old man, and Brian Johnson's demeanor is a 25-year-old kid. Right? Like Jalen Hurts, he's a coach's son. He wants to be coach hard. He said that his first year as a starter, when Nick Sirianni was yelling at him, he said that's what he wants. Like, he don't want no buddy. Like, we may think is, oh my God, the continuity. There's no continuity there. Like, because he wasn't calling the plays last year. And now all of a sudden,
but he was his quarterback coach.
But the quarterback coach is different, though. A quarterback coach, okay, the offensive coordinator could yell at you. All right, the offense name could say, blah, 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 and then you go back to the quarterback coach, and then he show you, on a little iPad, hey man, you missed this throw, right? But he's not the one that's yelling at you. Like, he's not going to yell at you for what? He's only a position coach, right? But the offensive coordinator, that's the guy that was like, come on, man, we put this plan together. You should have seen this, you should have seen that, and then he goes sit his butt down next to the backup quarterback and the quarterback coach, and just try to look at the iPad. To me, like, I'm sorry. I know we wanted to give Brian Johnson a chance, but we should have either kept Brian Johnson, right? But the defensive coordinator, we should not have had two. On top of that, the turnaround on defense to lose 5 defenders, maybe 5 or 6 starters, not stars. I mean, you probably had a couple stars in there, but we lost 5 key pieces that's been around us for a few years besides Chauncey Gardner. But Mike Epps, Marcus Epps, Edwards, man, who else did we lose? Hargrave. I mean, we had key pieces that's been around, same defense for a few years that at least knew, like, had the continuity. Look at the linebacker score we have right now. They lost. I've never seen a worse linebacker core in my life.
But think about it, though. Since the Buffalo game, it's been up and down, because Leonard's played good in a couple of games, but he played crappy in a couple of games. Cunningham was hurt a couple of games, but he played good in a couple of games. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, look, I can't blame these guys because it's hard to play defense, man. Offense, to me, is easier to pick up in offense than a defense. You know what I mean? I play on both sides, right? I mean, it's always easy to pick up an offense because the numbers, you know what I mean? And the holes are the holes, right? You know what I mean? But on defense, like, you got to know that this guy know exactly where he's going to be at, right? Your linebacker is calling the right plays and putting you in the right position. That one mistake, and the running back could go from this hole, boom, touchdown. And that's what we saw against the Giants, right? Missed tackles too. What's going on with missed tackles all of a sudden? We can't tackle worth a damn no more. Like, we see guys throwing their shoulders like this. When do we start throwing shoulders, man? And what happened to the whole rapping stuff? I mean, is Nick Sirianni too soft on these guys? Is he is he too buddy? Is he really digging in them like throughout the week to say this is unacceptable? Is he putting it on a big screen, everybody sitting in that room and calling one by one out? Is he doing that? Or is he going like, come on, guys, hey, we're pissed off. We know what we did wrong. Let's go correct it. Is he doing what head coaches do? If you're not calling plays, what are you doing?
And I get what Dane's saying here. He's like, if we're going to say that, having his best friend as OC, wouldn't it make it worse when he's with him directly? Like, everybody thought that was supposed to be the reason why Jalen Hurts was going to go from like MVP candidate to MVP, because he's seen him play at that level already, and he's about to push him to that next level because he has watched him and he understands what Jalen needs to get to that next level. But that's just not what's been playing out this season. I'm going to be honest. There's not a game this year where I felt not one game on either side of the ball we were better than anything last year. And I know you want to say different coordinators. I know you want to say different players. I know you want to say different schedule. But it should have at least been one game. Even when we were like 10-1, there should have been one game that you can say, damn, this team looks legit. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got that.
Two. I could think
what game you really thought we looked at legit?
I mean, I think the Buccaneers game, week 3, week 4, when both teams was undefeated, I think both teams was undefeated at that time. We ran right through them. Jalen Carter fumbled. You know what I mean? He was playing that defense. Was like the only thing that was missing was I think Bradbury was out, and then we threw Roby out there, right? And then we made or was it the game that Bradbury played slot, and then whoever was out, one of our corners was out, so Roby got abused. But besides that, our defense played solid. You know what I mean? Offense was playing solid. That's Ozzy's first touchdown catch. You remember when Hurts threw it over the defender? I mean, hey, that was a beautiful game. And then I think the Dolphins game.
It wasn't like the games we had last year. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, what? No,
like we were like, damn.
We had some ugly games last year. Nah, man, we had some ugly games last year. We had
a lot of blowouts too, JC. You know what?
I don't know about blowouts.
Before that last touchdown in the game, would have been negative in terms of turnover to point ratio this year.
Yeah.
You know, we're only at +5. Like, really? I think last year we were like plus like 100 or something like that.
Yeah. See Tampa and the Dolphins game. Yeah, that's the only two games I just mentioned. I really think that we played good. I don't know. It was early also. You know, this team had a lot of fire. We were dominating last year. We just, it just don't look that. It looks different this year because we weren't as dominating this year. Yeah, I mean, well, of course, the schedule have a lot to play, to do with it too. But also, last year our play calling on offense was a little bit better. We was top 3, top 2 on offense last season, and then we was guess what? Top 3, top 5 in defense. So those two go together. Yeah. That's a Super Bowl team right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you have a top 3 offense, a top 3 defense, I mean, you should be playing in the Super Bowl. Because
teams that wants to prepare for us this time after seeing us go through the whole season. That's true. But that's where your coordinator should have made it sure they tweaked it. They came into the season talking about we tweaked this offense, we tweaked this defense so we can, make another run. If you tweaked it, then why don't it look better? Well, your tweak looks worse.
Because you know what? They try to do exactly the plays that we did last year, but worse. Because last year we at least was running the ball. Like Miles Sanders had 1,300 yards rushing last year, I believe. Yeah. Like he had 10 touchdowns. Like now, every time we get within one zone, a 1 yard, we all know what's coming. And it's kind of pissing me off though, because Andreswift, he worked his butt off to get inside the 5-yard line. And then once we get in there, Jalen Hurts, let's push him to the end zone. Like what teams what the hell is that?
But that play is like 96% guaranteed.
I understand. I get it. If I'm a running back, I'm pissed off at that play. Look, if I'm a running back, I'm playing for my career too. I'm playing for my contract too. Like, because Andreswift is a free agent, so he's playing for his bag to take care of his family too. So, but why are we putting our quarterback at risk when we have a Rashad Penny that could easily probably look?
Ain't did nothing all year, and even when we gave him carries this last game, he didn't look special.
This last game, look, you cannot say he did nothing special when a guy been on the bench for 17 games, and then, hey, man, you want him coming in and here's one carry. Why didn't you break it for a touchdown? Here's 2 carries. Why didn't you take it for another touchdown? That's not how football works. Like, the hole's not there, the hole's not there. That's not his fault at that time. Running backs need touches. Period. Running backs need touches. That's why some running backs get stronger as the game go along, because they need their touch. They need to get their rhythm going on. Okay, all right, Penny sucked. Okay, fine, Penny sucked. So why not give Andreswift the ball like within 2-3 yard line instead of trying to give it to Jalen Hurts all the time? Because teams are that's what I'm talking about. The
Jalen don't suck.
It's so predictable. It's so predictable now. Like, and now guys are flying over the line, hitting inside the head, and they're trying to take Jalen Hurts out. Why? If you're the coach, why are you putting your quarterback at risk when you just gave him $240 million?
Okay, so how do you feel about what Nick Sirianni said on WIP?
I don't want to hear it. Look, hey, put that down. Like, I don't want. See,
I'm not pissed off.
This is the same thing he said every game after every loss. That's the same quote. Copy and paste. We know what's coming. I'm pissed off that we're in a little bit of slump. A little bit. Where you been the past 6 weeks? A little.
Ain't that little about the slump?
Since Thanksgiving. We are in January, my guy. And we're a little slump. I'm really pissed. You just now getting pissed? You didn't hear the fans, I'm calling for your head 3 weeks ago, and now you really pissed? See, this is the stupid thing I don't like. Even though I don't want Nick Sirianni fired at all. Yes, I might say it during the game because I'm tweeting emotionally. But when I sit back at it, Nick Sirianni is a very good coach, but he needs to get out in his own way. A good coach.
Who else did we say this about?
Huh?
What other coaches we said this about?
What are you talking about?
Dougie P after he won the Super Bowl. We said this about him too.
Yeah, but Dougie
P after he had his first successful season.
But Dougie P only had one. See, look, one bad season Dougie P had, but he was given the option. He was given the option to change your coordinators or you're fired. And Dougie P said, "Hey, I'm a head coach, a Super Bowl winning head coach. I ain't changing shit." He was okay. You're fired. So I really feel like that Nick Sirianni, right? He's a good coach. He's never missed a playoff so far as a head coach. He's a good motivator. I mean, your guys love playing for him. He just needs to hire the right people to help him out. Or people was like, well, if he's such a good head coach, then why did he need coordinators? That is the most idiotic, stupid thing I ever heard. Because a head coach has to look at over the whole team. He doesn't have time to focus on one area or the other. That's what got him the first half of the season, his rookie year. Remember? Because he was.
Do you think that he didn't expect? Do you think he did not expect to have such great success so fast to the point where your second season you go to the Super Bowl and both your coordinators are gone?
Yeah. And your third season, you make the playoffs with half your defense is new. With your two coordinators are new. You know what I mean? So yes, I understand us fans, but if you hire Roseman, you'll be stupid. And you'll be stupid. I don't care what big name is out there. You'll be stupid to fire Nick Sirianni. What you should give him is the same opportunity, the same option you gave to Dougie P. Hey, look, I understand Brian Johnson. Hey, make him go back to being a quarterback coach. I don't give a goddamn. Hey, make him go back to being a quarterback coach, but give him the same opportunity. Hey, either you get some new coordinators or you're gone. And I'm pretty sure that Nick Sirianni, he wants to be a head coach. He gonna say, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Hey, he'll do it. I think he will do it.
But you look at who's coming out of in terms of think of all the good coaches. Bill Belichick is
fired
free agency. You think if Bill Belichick had this team, we wouldn't win a Super Bowl with the players that we got on this roster? What? Bill Belichick, the best coach of all time, Bravel from the Titans
Fired.
with this roster. You don't think that he will win this game? I mean, he will win the Super Bowl with this team.
But look at the
And
thing.
then one guy else who just won a championship last night. Shout out to Jim Harbaugh, 15-0. Beat the SEC. Beat everybody. Undefeated champion. Right there. You know what he likes to do? He likes to run that football and play strong defense. You don't think a guy like him on the Eagles will bring a different swag to the team? We fired
this coach
Dougie P after he won a Super Bowl, my God.
BG. Once again, how long you been a Eagles fan? I'm starting to question your Eagles fandom right now.
I'm questioning it.
Because you know why? You know why? Bill Belichick is not going to come to be a coach. This guy right here, Harbaugh, he's not going to come to be a coach. He's going to come to bring his
the Niners to the Super Bowl.
GM hat with him, and Howie Roseman is the GM. That's why he bumped heads. That's why Dougie P is not here. All right. So look, Howie Roseman has done an amazing job over the past 3, 4, 5 years building Super Bowl teams that, anybody that comes to threaten that job, they are not coming to Philly unless you could guarantee you could run it all. Bill Belichick, you could run it all. Harbaugh, you could run it all. Even Mike Vrabel might want a bigger say. Howie has done too good of a job for us to say, you know what? Nah, he needs to be replaced. Because if you hire Bill Belichick, you saying fire Howie Roseman.
Not really.
Yes, you are.
Belichick just got to that point with the Patriots to get to that point where he's like, I want to say over all the roster and all this stuff. But obviously you see that he ain't did nothing
since Brady.
That power.
He ain't never did anything without Brady.
So now maybe he just want to come back to just being the head coach with a good GM. They didn't have a good GM in New England. That's why he took over GM. We got the best GM in football. And he had a stacked roster with a lot of young talent.
Yeah, miss me with that.
So what are you guys thinking in chat? Hey, shout out to all you guys in here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Do you think if we go next Monday night and we get the brakes beat off us by Tampa Bay, do y'all still want Nick Sirianni as your head coach? Straight up. And I know he went to playoff through that, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna fire a guy that won the Super Bowl and didn't have a bad season, what about the guy that went to the Super Bowl and did not win it and have a bad season? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Hey, that means Dallas should have fired Mike McCarthy, and Mike McCarthy had 3-12 winning seasons, been to the playoffs all 3 years. But that's
probably will get fired after this season.
So that's what I'm saying. So are we firing coaches for going to a playoff, for going to Super Bowl because one bad year? Like, I mean, is this what we're turning into now?
How many bad years did Dougie B have before he fired him?
One.
How many bad years did Chip Kelly have before he fired him?
Chip Kelly, shoot, he done traded our whole freaking thing.
How many bad seasons?
But the thing is, I'm saying that, is that what are we? No coach is going to want to come to Philly if you fine them for having one bad season. With there's coaches out there having 6, 7 bad seasons and still employed. That'll make no common sense. It's not easy to replace a coach that is, taking you to a Super Bowl, taking you to a play. If it was that easy, then every 3 seasons, then coach will be getting fired, and you'll be seeing people. They
are. The only team that I can say right now in the NFL that's been loyal to their coaches, the Steelers.
The Steelers, the Ravens, but they make the playoffs almost every year.
Yeah, the Ravens make the playoffs every year. I'm just saying there was years that Tomlin been with the Steelers and they sucked.
No, never had a losing record.
Well, not losing, but I'm just saying like they
didn't suck. Hey, look, you never have a losing record. You almost guarantee the playoffs every season. So why not? I mean, Dougie P had a bad season, and not only that, but the quarterback was always getting hurt, and now we drafted a quarterback, so a whole bunch of tension was there. But this is one bad season. We have our franchise score. It's not even a bad season. We're in the playoffs. Why are we talking like we at the playoffs already, man? I don't even want to talk about this. We in the playoffs, man. Why are we talking about?
It's just a collapse. Like this is the season, the time of the season you're supposed to be getting on fire.
But why are we?
This is the time of the season our team are gassed. Like they're on that last
All right,
lifeline.
when we talk about the playoff game, man, we've been on here for 44 minutes, and we're talking about free agents, coaches. We in the playoffs, man. We made it to the playoffs. So this is not a funeral, man. This is a brand new season. We made it to the playoffs. We're about to go to Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? We beat them before. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season, but I feel like that we have the team to go to Tampa Bay if we run the ball and beat them and move on to next week. But this is not.
As an Eagle fan, what do you put on this sign this week?
We made it to the playoffs. Let's go. Go Birds.
Made it to the playoffs. Let's go Birds. If I had this sign, I would say playoff time. Wake the F up. Wake the F up for real. Because it's at a point right now where it's like we ain't awake. We daydreaming. That's the reason we know why. That's the reason why I even back up Ocho Cinco what he said, because I cannot imagine no other way that we could be this bad right now at this point in the season. How do you beat the best of the best in the league? We beat the Chiefs. We beat the Bills. We beat the freaking Cowboys. We beat the Dolphins. We beat some really good teams, but then
you're also beating a dead horse.
We lose.
If we stunk these, and we just stunk the last 6 weeks. We should have been open.
Gassed out?
Huh?
You think it's because they gassed out?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
if they gassed out, how are we gonna? No, we didn't get no bye.
Okay, but can we talk about the playoff game? It's going back to the past.
Let's go.
Like
playoffs, Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield.
How much faith do y'all have? How much faith do y'all Eagle fans, from 1 to 10, how much faith y'all have in the Eagles going down to Tampa Bay and getting a win? That's what I want to know. Because my faith is a 10. 10 out of 10.
You're 10 out of 10 right now saying the Eagles will win this game.
Yes, absolutely.
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 And you know what? Since I believe in the possum theory.
Possum theory.
I believe in the possum theory. I'm going to say I'm 10 out of 10.
Because of possum theory.
Because of the possum theory.
But without the possum theory,
I'm like 9 out of 10.
No, without the possum theory, what are you? Honest truth.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Okay, all right. So we good then.
With the possum theory.
Hey, we're moving on either to Dallas or to San Fran. So those are
San Fran.
Or Dallas might even lose. Who knows?
Well, we can't get that far ahead.
No, not going.
What are the worries about this Tampa Bay team that you're worried about?
I'm worried about Todd Bowles. He's one of the top 3 defensive coordinator minds that if he was on the market, I would definitely want him as a defensive coordinator. This dude is blitz happy. He gonna blitz you all day. And right now, Wink Markerdale, what's that dude's name? Wink, the Giants. I'm defensive. I think I was right.
Yeah.
So he's one of the heaviest blitzing defensive coordinator from the Ravens days. Went to the Giants and continue. You know what I mean? So Todd Bowles is my biggest worry. Number 1 is him. Number 1.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. I mean,
it's my biggest worry. You know why? Because as much as we go, whatever, Mike Evans, this guy's been consistent. I think he's like one of the top leaders in touchdowns for receivers this year again. He's been lighting up lately again at the end of the seasons again. Okay. And our cornerback play has been absolutely trash.
Yeah, but that's you could stop any great wide receiver. What do you mean? They just double team him. They put one over the top.
We can't even stop the not great wide receivers right now. We can't even stop the not great wide receivers right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying if that's your worry is Mike Evans, we could do what we did the first time we played him. Yes, he went off, but at the same time, we was playing a rookie, Job, for his first game against Mike Evans. I don't know why Slade didn't play him, but Slade was not hurt, but Bradbury was out that game. and also our slot corner was out that game. So now Maddox is back. We got Bradbury back. Slay should be coming back. Also, I think if we play a safety over the top and one of those guys play underneath, that we could, not completely shut Mike Evans out.
Don't act like there's not a guy.
Oh, yeah. You said Mike Evans, so I'm just trying to, tell you, how we could, at least minimize the damage. But my other concern is the middle. I don't care who goes in the middle. Like it could be the tight end, it could be the slot. The middle of the Philadelphia Eagle defense scares me to death. So first, the Todd Bowles and our linebacker core, which is in the middle. Like our linebacker play scares me to death because they look lost.
Everybody say Cunningham, Murrow are legit. They play so great. Cunningham and Murrow.
But Cunningham is coming off an injury, right?
Which one of them are 52?
52 is Cunningham. 41 is
trash last week.
Yeah, because he's coming off an injury. So he just came off an injury that he missed 4 games. That's why we went out and got Shaq, which I think he's still asleep. He had one good game against the Giants 2 weeks ago. And that was the one game that I saw him flash, like the old Shaq was back. And then Shaq went back into retirement, after that game. So Todd Bowles, the middle of the field, man. The middle of the field is my linebacker play. So what's your second one?
Now, another big question is, how big of an injury is this for the playoffs?
Well, I don't know. I hate the fact that he got injured, that he's out for the season.
ACL might not be back till this time next year.
Yeah, he probably won't be back. But right now, look, if Aaron Rodgers could come back from Achilles in 2 days, then he might. Hey, Sidney Brown might get a chance to start.
Hey, Sidney don't got that kind of money Aaron got too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aaron got ultra healing powers with the money he got, with the doctors that give him the stuff that he gets. This guy's a rookie. He's on a rookie salary, and he's not even a top pick. So, he probably ain't got that kind of cash on him to get healed.
Look, the only reason why I don't know how big of a loss it is because he didn't start more than half the season.
But most of the time, he brought the energy on that defense.
Huh?
Most of the time, he brought the energy on that defense.
I hear you, but that's only for a few games, and we lost all of them. Yo, before the Seahawks game, I didn't even see him on the field at the time. You know why? Because Matt Patricia wasn't calling the defense. But ever since Matt Patricia been calling the defense, Sidney Brown been playing more. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did bring the energy. He definitely lost because he just ran back a 98, interception
touchdown last game.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I hear you, but for the playoffs, I just think, we got Byard back there, so a vet. We got Blankenship now, and Blankenship now to me, he's the key. He's gonna be the key, Blankenship, because that dude, he needs to stay healthy. I love his intensity. I love the way he bodied around, but every time I watch him, he's getting banged up a little bit. So we need him to stay healthy, for the playoffs. But Sidney Brown, that's a big loss because the depth is not there no more at safety. So and like I said, he brought the injury, but it's not a killer, injury.
I think it's gonna be moderate. Like you said, we need as many energy bringers as possible right now. And the fact that yes, he's been in and out of the lineup. Yes, he did make a big play last week, but it's like he's growing as a rookie. The more experience he gets, and this has been a vital experience for him this year. You know what I'm saying? Like going to the playoffs, playing playoff football, so he knows what kind of if we don't win it, what kind of energy he needs to come back with next year. Bringing that injury all off season, But
I think with him though, it's automatic, man. I think with this guy right here, even from Illinois, he always had the high energy. He's always going to go balls to the wall, 100 miles per hour. So I'm not worried about the whole if he missed the playoff, you don't know how it feels because next year he just gonna come back even with more energy, right? Because he done set the whole training camp, the whole first half of the season. So he's not gonna be able to wait to get out there. So he'll be fine, man.
How you feel about this? Richie says Roby needs to play more safety. I'm just saying in general, Roby needs to play more. Like we literally scratched Roby because Avonte Maddox was healthy for his first game last week. How do you feel about that? Because Roby played good before he got scratched.
We don't need no experience at safety. Not right now. We need people that played the position before all season long because right now we don't have time to try nobody at this brand new position and they confused because now it's a time where you're supposed to be tight. The continuity is supposed to be there. You don't have no time for miscommunication. So I don't think that he should move to a new position, but I do feel like that in order to stop some team passing games, you might have to go a lot of DBs on the field, man, for speed, like to cover more, like because our linebackers ain't doing nothing. So we could, so hopefully the DBs can at least try to play some kind of hybrid linebacker, hybrid safety type of a position to help with stopping the pass. Right now we can't stop the pass. Right now we can't stop the run. You cannot go into the playoffs not being able to stop both. That's impossible to move forward. You have to be at least to stop one, and now you make the other team, predictable. But right now we can't stop any, none.
I know it's offhand, but I see this in the chat a lot. It says Vrabel for DC next year.
Nah, he's not coming here, man. I mean, he's not going to go from head coach that made the playoffs 4 out of 6 years, even though it's
He made 4 out of 6 years.
Yeah, he made.
He's not been in the playoffs 4 out of 6 years.
I believe the Titans have, and he won Coach of the Year 1 year also. So he's not going to go from that because right now he's going to be a hot commodity, right? I mean, there's a lot of teams that's going to throw money at him for him to be a head coach. Even on the Patriots, so he might go back to the Patriots. So who knows? Like the Commanders need a coach. The Patriots might need a coach. The Falcons need a coach. I mean, the Chargers. I mean, if I'm him, I'm going to LA. I'm taking the Chargers job because he did a good job with the Titans without having a franchise quarterback with Tannehill and Mariota type thing.
Levis.
You know what I mean? So he didn't really have a quarterback, and he won that division. He won the Coach of the Year. You know what I mean? So I mean, the only one he had was Derrick Henry. AJ Brown been gone for 2 years. He still couldn't find a receiver to replace. You know what I mean? So he's been getting sabotaged. You know what I mean? Like for the past few years.
So you're thinking no DC? Would you be mad if he came back in DC though?
Oh no! I mean, if he come back at DC, no, that's fine. But I don't see it really happening. I mean, we need to focus on the DCs that got fired as DCs because it's hard to become a head coach and not to go to a position coach. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh man, hey, I might as well take the year off. Yeah, LA. Now that would make sense a lot. Hey, he got to because that defense in LA, you know what I mean? Hey, they got some great pieces on defense. Like Killer Mack is still there, Bosa. So I mean, Ashanti Samuel Jr. He's still there. So I mean, he's still got a good defense and a good offense, and they can stay healthy with the franchise quarterback with Eckler. And they sign him back, you know what I mean? Because he's supposed to be a free agent, but then you still got Mike Williams, always hurt, but Keenan Allen, average. So the Chargers destination is the sexiest one to me out of all the teams.
Going into this playoff, give me one offensive player and one defensive player that really need to step their game up to make this team rock.
Well, I don't know about stepping the game up, but Andreswift, we need to get him more involved, man. I don't care. Andreswift is so electric, man. His first year over 1,000. His first year making the Pro Bowl. His first year being fully healthy, but we don't use him enough. And I wonder because he denied, the extension talk with the Eagles that they try to sabotage him. That's why we haven't been running the ball as much. Because, hey, look, this dude had back-to-back 150 the first 3 weeks. Yo, he was leading the league in rushing. And then also it's just like a sprinkle there, like, and he still got to 1,000 yards. But we need to feature him more than any other player on the offense, Andreswift, because if you could feature him more, and now those linebackers start cheating up, you get Goddard right behind him. You know what I mean? Exposing that middle of the field. So Andreswift is my one guy. Okay, now defense. I think he has to be Byard, man. Because when we went out and got Byard, I thought that he was going to be the next Malcolm Jenkins that we've been looking for. Your heart and soul, that defense, experienced guy, all-pro guy, Pro Bowl guy. You know what I mean? He played with the Tennessee Titans, by the way. So I think Byard needs to be the guy on that defense. You know what I mean? On that defense to step up. Besides, you know, the obvious, the Bradbury, the Slay, but Byard, to me, he's that safety that could play a hybrid linebacker position. He could go blitz. You could move him anywhere. You could put him anywhere and confuse the offense. But Byard is on defense and Andreswift on offense. Are you there? All right. So, hey, anyway, but hey, so those are my two. But if you make me pick another one, Jalen Hurts. On offense, it has to be Jalen Hurts. He cannot be decisive with the ball and just patting, trying to throw the ball. He needs to play his best ball on Monday. Him and Swift, Jalen Hurts need to play his best ball on Monday. Do not wait for the receivers to open. I don't want to see the same rookie stuff that I was seeing 2 years ago. I want you to go back to last year, Jalen Hurts. Throw the wide receivers open. Trust your guys, man. You got AJ. You got Goddard. You got Devontae Smith. I mean, OZ could catch, but don't throw it to Quez Watkins, though. You know what I mean?
But Quez, he had a good game. Quez had a good game last game.
I don't care, man. Against backups, man. I don't care.
Those are giant starters.
Anyways, man. Yo, Jalen Hurts need to trust these guys. Man, ain't nobody care about no Quez Watkins at this point. Man, it's been like 17 games, man. 17 games, 1 touchdown. Shoot, he got more interception than touchdowns.
I think it was that game was to show you that Quez is about to be lighting up in the playoffs. He's going to be the X factor. Quez Watkins is about to be the X factor on this team.
Is he going to get enough?
The things that we expected him to do early in the season that he hasn't done yet until last game.
But
he's going to get open. He's going to make big plays with AJ and Smitty coming back. He's going to be open. He's going to make these plays that we expected him to make last year. And he's going to make some big touchdowns.
That makes zero sense because he's not going to get enough snaps. Because the only reason why he got that many snaps and Smitty was out.
He always gets snaps.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
So but my two players are going to be Jalen Hurts, obviously, straight up. Like you said, stop all this pity-patty stuff. To me, I'm hoping POSSUM games that he's been playing. POSSUM games he's been playing. He is acting like he's unsure of where he needs to go with the football again. He's acting like he's unsure where to go with the football again. I want to see the early Jalen Hurts where hike 1, 2, 3, get to the end of your drop back and you fire that ball. Boom, hit the player. Open. Get it. I want to see that consistency from Jalen Hurts, the accuracy from Jalen Hurts. I don't care about this dislocated finger. Don't use that as an excuse. Your passes better be immaculate this Sunday. This is the playoff. I mean, this Monday. This is the playoffs. I want to see playoff Hurts. I want to see Super Bowl. What was it?
Yes,
right there.
That type.
Super Bowl Hurts come out every game in the playoffs for the rest of the playoffs. I don't care that you had the most turnovers you ever had this season. I don't care about none of that stuff anymore. But we can't hate, and that's another thing I want to talk about too. Like, we hate on this team so bad on offense, but we literally just had the best offense we've ever had.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we had.
No.
You minus the turnovers. Jalen Hurts never threw 4,000 yards.
And he still haven't.
Never.
And he still haven't.
How many yards away he was?
He's not at 4,000 right now.
I thought he is at 4,000 yards.
No.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Let me see.
How many yards does Jalen Hurts have? Passing.
He's at 3,858.
Okay, close enough to it. He never been that close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but
touchdown to the they said 36 or something like that.
What he has 23 passing. Yeah, 23 passing touchdowns and 15 rushing.
Yeah. The rushing part he always had.
Let me see. He has 23. Yeah. So yeah, 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Yikes. Woo. And then the touchdown rushing is 15. So yeah, he got about 38 total touchdowns. But I mean, look, it is what it is, man. Look, I already told you that whatever running backs come here, whether Swift decides to stay or they're gonna be mad, man. Like you can't be like we get to the 1 yard line and all of a sudden, look, I get it, it's sexy and all, but at least keep the other team off their toes a little bit. Like, don't be that predictable, man. Like, you see what the Giants guy did, man. He just jumped.
But even like that, though, we had 2,000-yard receivers again for the second time ever.
Yeah, I hear you.
Know? And we had a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah, because our defense got worse, and we had to, throw the ball or keep up or catch up. How many games we were down double digits? At least 5 games we was down double digits. Twice to the Commanders, to the Bills, to the Cowboys. I mean, yeah. So, of course, if you chasing, teams, of course you're going to throw the ball more, especially if we ain't running the goddamn ball. So, I mean, yeah, it's cute, but our offense is not where it was at last year. I mean, we're definitely not even top 3, top 5 in offense. I don't think so. I think we're below that.
I think we're 7.
Yes. Yeah, so, I mean, last year, like we was the top 3 offense, maybe top 1 or 2. And then last year, top 3 defense. So
for defense,
like these numbers are inflated to me. I mean, they're cute and all, but man, the eye test, just been watching this game every week. I've never been so stressful as an Eagle fan in my life.
That's right.
Watching these
games. This was the most stressful season ever.
I mean, ever. It's pissing me off watching these games every time I watch the games. But I tune in, I watch the game, I support my team, and we're in the playoffs. Anything
the defensive player I'm gonna have to go with this week, right? Jalen Carter. Okay, because
Carter, interesting.
He's that rookie wall, right? That imaginary rookie wall that all these players seem to hit. That he even said he don't think he's going to hit. And the last 6 games, we ain't seen nothing. So it could be Possum, right? We're going back to Possum.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Could be playing Possum because he just came out of college. You didn't want to overwork him. His snap count did go down dramatically. It could be Possum. But I want to see him go crazy in the playoffs.
Or do you think that because of the defensive play calling changed, that now, look, they take Reddick off the line. Who else is getting double teamed? Carter, Davis, they're both getting double teamed. I mean, there's 5 offensive linemen, right? So now if you double teaming, Davis and Carter and Sweat, you dropping Sweat back too. Like, I mean, of course, they're not going to get the same opportunities. Like the last time I saw Carter flash like that was against the Rams, right? But we was playing traditional front, go get them, pin your ears back, and now you couldn't double team Carter or Davis because Hassan Reddick was, just getting in the backfield. Sweat was getting back there. So I don't think it's lazy. I just think that the play calling has changed, which is making these guys look like that they're not doing their job or they're not getting to the quarterback. But there's no way you could be triple, double team like all the time when there's nobody else. When you take your best edge rusher off
And they can drop back in pass coverage. Yeah.
So I don't know,
Do you
man.
think that's part of the possum too?
Stop saying possum, man. Stop saying possum.
Hey, I can't stop saying possum though.
Possum.
I can't stop saying possum.
Hey,
I can't stop saying possum because listen, my
I know my Eagles fans. I know y'all upset. I think they're gonna fix it. I think the Eagles players, I think they playing possum. I know what they're doing. They're allowing their bodies to reset. They're allowing their minds to mentally reset. And watch what happens come playoff time. Watch what happens next week. Watch what I tell you. I tell you no lie. I lie for you before I lie to you. Watch what them boys do. I know it. I'm familiar with their game. I know what they're doing. Eagles fans, I tell you, I know what I'm talking about now. Now watch.
Hey, you know why I lost credibility for Ocho right there? Because he said, I will lie for you before I lie to you. He won't lie for nobody. He will snitch your ass out before he lie for you and get him in trouble. See, just listen to the words. I will lie for you before I lie to you. That's the key for me. You don't know me to lie for me. So you already lying right there. So I'm not believing your possum story, but it's cute for training purposes. It's cute to get Eagle fans on your side, but he will lie for you.
But you don't think the reasons he gave was legit?
Nah.
We've been hurt all year long, guy. I know how people are like, oh, the Eagles have really been banged. We've been banged up all year long. The secondary has been trashed because they've been hurt all year long. You were even talking about how there's no continuity. There's different starters every week in the secondary because people have been banged up all year long. Offensive line been banged up all year long. Jurgensen was out. Dickerson was out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Lane Johnson was out for a couple of all year long. Jalen Hurts has been hurt all year long. We haven't even seen Jalen Hurts healthy yet, really. When we started to see him healthy, look at it now. He got another finger thing that we got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are injuries to our top players all year long that's been going. So the possum game is to get them healthy, not to really play them too hard. Just to kind of let them, ease into it. Because you're not going to get a full game out, right? You're not going to get a full game worth of not playing because we need you on the field. But you can get some quarters, some halves out where you're not expected to play at a high motor.
Yeah, look, last year, the Eagles was the most healthiest team the whole season. This year, we one of the worst banged up team this whole season. The difference is continuity and the record. Yes, I do believe we're going to turn it around. The possum stuff out the window for me.
You don't believe in the possum?
That we have players on our team. This is their last ride, right? They thought last year was the last ride. They made it to the Super Bowl and lost. I really feel like we just need one good win. One good win. That's all it is. One good win in the playoffs. And matter of fact, any win in the playoff is good. So one win in the playoffs, and then you get that swagger back. And then the dog masks come back out. And then the Batman masks come back out. And then, big Batman, swole Batman, skinny Batman. All the Batman start coming.
Hey,
might end up.
I like that point you made. Do you think they just stopped having fun? That's why we're losing? You remember, even though we weren't having perfect games early in the season, we were still having fun.
But
we were winning and we were having fun. They still had the Batman stuff out. They still had all this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But lately, we ain't seen nothing on the sideline. But this is what we see on the sideline.
Winning cures all, man. Winning cures all. Winning cures all because, remember, a lot of these games was coming from behind. 10 points down to the Commanders, right? You know what I mean? But we came back and won. And everybody jumping, high-fiving. But we were looking bad back then, but we were winning. And now we're losing. And now that's when the rumors start coming out. Oh, Nick is losing the locker room. AJ is cancer. Blah blah blah. These teams are not happy.
But that's a possum. That's a possum theory. He's losing the locker room because in reality, he has the locker room. That's why AJ and these guys are saying, he still has the locker room. It's because in reality, they're not worried about that. In reality, they understand that what they're about to do in the playoffs.
All right, and
The
let's
rest
get
of
it.
the world don't know it yet.
All right,
You
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's better that we're playing? You don't
I'm
think
here
it's better
for
that
it.
we're playing Tampa Bay first game, some team that we blew out? One of the only teams we blew out this year.
Yo, the
Was that
next
the first round?
we need a revenge game against Tampa Bay. The last time we played
We
them,
need a revenge game against the Niners.
nah, bump that. Hey, we
You
got
don't even, hey, you need to talk about scripted
who's
stuff.
in front of no. Who's in front of us right now?
We go destroy Tampa
Who's in
Bay.
front of us right
That's
now?
who we play next, the Niners.
But look, I'm not worried about next game. I'm worried about who's in front of us. The last time we played Tampa Bay was Jalen Hurts' rookie year, and they're laughing at him. He can't read defense. Villa, was beating up Jason Kelsey. I mean, and we lost in the playoffs. So we need to go back to Tampa Bay, avenge that loss. I don't care if Tom Brady is not there or not, but they still got Mike Evans. They still got Godwin. They still got Villa.
Yeah.
I mean, they got all
Davis.
the same pieces, really.
Davis.
So we need to go back and beat them in the playoffs. And matter of fact, let's make this a revenge playoff tour. How about that?
It is going to be a revenge playoff too. To get to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to live a lot of revenge games.
Yeah, we do.
For real, think about it. Whether you play the Cowgirls, whether you play the Niners, whether you play Tampa Bay, these are all revenge games.
Hey, let's go, man. Hey, we good in revenge games now. Remember last season? Hey, we started off with the revenge.
We didn't beat WP, but we did it this year. I mean, not WP, and the Reed, but we did it this year, baby. Finally.
Yeah, so hey.
6 years later.
Look,
6 years later, you finally beat the guy.
Look, I understand Eagle fan frustration, man. We spoiled, man. We spoiled as Eagle fans, man. We were at 10-1, almost about to be back-to-back division winners, about to go into the playoffs, but it's okay. We here, new season. Keep the faith, Eagle fans. We got some great vets. That's some great players. A solid quarterback, and I'm having a tough year. But he's still our MVP, at least for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll be fine, man. I
Do you think the half of a game is enough rest for these boys to come out fresh? And not only that, we're not even playing on Sunday. We're playing on Monday.
Nobody's fresh, though.
Extra day.
Yeah, a whole off season. Yeah, you'll be fresh. But, hey, nobody's fresh, man. It's week 18.
I mean, not fresh. So NFL fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had 7 days. Yeah, a full 7 days. Really, it's 8 days, right? Because we play on Sunday. So it's 8 days plus a half a game because you didn't even play your guys a half.
I mean, half. Okay. All right. And whatever.
I expect these guys to come out with more juice is what I'm basically saying.
No, the playoffs make you get more juice. This is it. Win or go home. Do or die. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, Rock. There is no tomorrow. This is it.
So give me 3 hot takes for this game.
Look, my first hot take, man. We are going back to running the ball. Andreswift will have over. Now, this is hot takes. All right. So don't jump on me and stuff like that. This is, hey, as a matter of fact, y'all put y'all hot takes in the chat. But Andreswift, the last time he had his little 150, I think it was the first time he had it was around the Buccaneers game. So I'm going with Andreswift, $150 on the ground. All right, so that's one. I'm going with the defense. The defense, Carter had a fumble last time. So I'm going with the defense get 2 interceptions, man. Baker Mayfield, he's either up and down, and I think the playoffs is going to be time. So 2 interception by the defense and Jalen Hurts. I want to say he throws for about 250 and have 3 touchdowns.
That was a weak stat, 250.
Yeah, and 3 touchdowns.
Listen.
With
Let me tell you what a hot take is, my guy. Let me teach you about the hot takes. PG's hot takes is number 1. Jalen will get his first 400-yard game.
Okay.
With AJ getting 180, Devontae getting a Billy, and he's spreading out the rest. 3 touchdowns in the air. He's having a 5 touchdown game total. 2 rushing touchdowns. Don't forget my boy.
Okay.
Number 2. Big Play Slay will have 2 interceptions his first game back.
Who's he covering?
Whoever he covered. Mike, Galloway, Galladay, whichever one. Baker's going to throw 2 to Big Play Slay first game back. And my third hot take is the defense will allow less than 190 total yards.
Wow. Less than 190 total yards.
With 3 plus sacks.
Yo, they might allow 190 yards the first quarter.
That's why it's a hot take.
Look, I love it, man. I love it.
Give me your score prediction.
Well, and look, my score prediction is this. All right, we're away. So I'm saying 27-14 Eagles.
What?
27-14 Eagles.
That's actually not that bad. That's actually good. What was our first game against them?
Let me see. Our first game, we was let me see. So our first game was 25-11.
25-11 Eagles. So I'm going to say 31-7 Philadelphia.
31-7. Okay. I like it.
Hey, we're going to beat them better than we did the first time, the second time, to let everybody know that it's Eagle time, baby. We are in the playoffs. We're about to light it up and win the Super Bowl, baby. I'm happy. I'm hyped.
All right.
Playoff time, baby. Playoff time. I know y'all see me negative last week. I have to do that 1 week. But I am back. I am the fan of all fans, and I am telling you that we're about to lay the smackdown on Tampa Bay's candy ass.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Hey, look, I'm telling you, man, I really feel like the Philadelphia. All right, this is my last, my going out take. I really feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are they remind me of nobody that I've seen before play because I've never seen a team go 1-5 and make the playoffs. Went from first in the division to not even winning the division. But this Philadelphia Eagles team is resilient, and I really feel like with the vets we have and Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox, Byard, these guys are going to step up. In the playoffs, you need your vets, not your rookies. You need guys that's been in this moment before. So I really feel like that this team will be fine, but we just need to do our job and win on Monday night, get the fans back on board. If you're a fan and you off, okay, I get it. I get that you're mad. I get it that you're mad. I'm mad. But do not get off yet. They need us. They need us. Whether you at the game, at home, they need us to help them get through at least the first playoff game, and we'll see what happens in the second one. But don't give up on this team, man. Don't give up on this team yet because they're still fighting regardless how bad it looks. Regardless how the past 6 weeks been, they're still fighting, man. They're still fighting, and we still love our guys, man. We still love our guys. So let's do this, man. Go Birds.
And we were that good for us to be able to be that bad and still be in the position we're at. We're not the 7th seed.
Yeah.
We're not the 6th seed. We're still the 5th seed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still got one of the better records in the NFL, period. Even at 11-6, we're still one of the best teams in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So we need to relax a little bit with our team. I think we all have high expectations, but if you look across the league at all the great teams, the Kansas Cities, the Buffaloes, the Dolphins, they're all 11-5, 2, right? 10-6. They're still the same, guys. The same as us. We want
8-3 at one point, and now they didn't even make the playoffs. And they were his team at 8-3.
So it's about, like he said, negative and positive energy. We need to give all the energy we possibly can to this football team. We are away, and we need to send our energy. If you're not going to the game, we need to send our energy to our football team, because it's us that make their heart beat. It's us that makes the Philadelphia Eagles go. It's the fans. It's the energy from the fans. So we need to be out in Tampa Bay strong. We need to be out there throwing that eagle green around in the sky, whether it's on your dirty towel, your hat, whatever you gotta have to make sure that they know we are supporting them 150%, because this is our football team. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to stop watching football next week.
I know, I don't.
I don't want to stop watching football next week. And I know y'all don't want to stop watching football next week. And we got the team that we don't have to stop watching football next week, no matter how ugly these last 6 games were. We don't have to stop, because we already proved ourselves when we beat the Kansas City. We already proved ourselves when we beat Dallas. We already proved ourselves when we beat Buffalo. We already proved ourselves when we beat Miami. We proved that we are that team. We're just going through a bad spell, and it stops now. 0-0 playoffs, Tampa Bay, first round. See you later, my guys. That's all I gotta say.
Go Birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Go
And
Birds.
we out. Peace.
Yo,